Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Sanch, welcome back to the Bodybuilding News Network. We have for you the prejudging results for the men's open bodybuilding. We just got done with it. The 212 finals is about to come up. I don't want to miss it, but I wanted to share some footage here of the projected prejudging. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest, this was an absolute shocker. I do want to get right into the big meat and potatoes here, your top three. We will break down the rest of the lineups very, very soon, so please stay with us as we are covering the other divisions respectfully as they do conclude. But we have about 5 minutes of footage of the final three from the men's open prejudging tonight. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Of course, make sure you purchase the live stream over at the Olympia Productions.com/packages/2024. Now, because it is just so fresh, I'm not going to actually play the actual footage, but we're going to take a good look at your projected 1 and 2. Hadi Choopan, number 1 in the posing trunks on the left. Derek Lunsford, your reigning Olympia champion, number 15 right there. Samson is in the side over here. They do show him a little bit later. Don't worry, he doesn't get chopped out the whole time, but we will not be able to see too much of him right off the bat. And unfortunately, these shots are just kind of iffy. It's really hard to see. The live stream was horrendous when you look at anyone with 5 people or more, but if you have 2 or 3 people on stage, it's not too shabby. So this is what we're looking at for your top 2, give or take. If Samson is in this conversation, which I very much think he is by the end of this video, I think you'll agree with me. Hadi on the left, very full, very conditioned. I'd say not as dark as Derek for some reason. It looks like Derek put a lot of extra tan in there to give him a nice dark look, but these guys are definitely shooting shot for shot here. Hadi definitely dominating in the arm department. Chest, I would say, is comparable with these guys, but I would probably even give Hadi the chest. The lats, Derek's lats are just super huge. We're not seeing a lot of lymph node inflammation like we did last year. People were saying it was synthol. It was probably just the lymph nodes being swollen, maybe even some site injection for the super supplements. I'm not sure if people inject into the lats or not, but those are the things that could have happened. We're not seeing too much of lumpiness in the armpits from Derek Lunsford, so this is a good shot for him. But I will say that Hadi is not losing many shots. As we zoom out a little bit towards this lat spread, we'll stay right here. Again, a good shot. You're going to notice on other channels as they cover this prejudging footage as it is over, you're going to notice that Hadi is hitting these shots really hard, almost too hard, and I feel like he kind of gets into a weird shaky territory towards the end of it, so keep an eye out for that. There's definitely going to be some issues there. Derek, the front lat was never a great shot for him, so I'd say Hadi's winning these. The front double, the front lat, I'd probably give it to Hadi. The conditioning in the legs, I'd give it to Hadi. Samson, unfortunately, you really can't see too much of him. And this just doesn't look like a good shot for Derek. He looks awkward, very bulky up top. Hadi looks like he's a little bit more symmetrical. The backlighting is not favorable towards Derek right now. Hopefully they can fix that later on. But the conditioning is good in the quads. Definitely, shot for shot, these guys are very close. Hadi and Derek, very similar, very close. Samson looks amazing. It's just really hard to compare him in the dark light on the side. When he gets in the middle, it's a little easier. Side chest, this you usually want to give this one right off to Derek, but Hadi is very comparable, very full, not really missing anything here. So I really like Hadi here. He looks just phenomenal. I would not be surprised if he walks away with this win. From the back, a lot of Christmas tree action from Derek. Into this back double. Back double. This is where I started noticing Hadi hitting these shots a little extra hard. You can see a little unbalancedness with the higher or the upper trapezes. They're not contracting the same way compared to Derek. Center, flat, leveled, very balanced. Hadi, I think he's starting to look over too much, and he's starting to not focus on the posing and more of the presentation, the entertainment factor. Samson looks great. It's just really dark. We're going to have to wait till we get some better high-definition photos to compare better. So I do apologize, but don't worry. We have lots more footage and content coming out very, very soon. From this quick shot, Derek and Samson not too far off. Very apples and oranges, different looks. Derek has a little bit more density, but not much. Not much. It's pretty close. Even the glutes aren't too far off. Derek's has bigger glutes, but Samson's are symmetrical to his proportions. This is probably the best lit shot we have so far. This camera angle is really good, highlighting Hottie's conditioning, his shape, the structure, his competitiveness next to Derek Lunsford. We have been reporting on the Olympia for 11 hours today, so we are cruising along, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with us. Trying to make this exciting for you as much as it is for me as a fan and a person of the media. But Derek is definitely holding his own, but I would not be, I'm saying it again, I would not be surprised if Hottie takes it. From this exact shot, Samson looks monstrous. But Derek is very comfortable in the center. The side tricep, you got to give this to Hottie. The abs, the horseshoeing in the triceps. Debatably, the legs aren't as big, but he still looks really good. I know the judges don't like how Samson hits the side try like that, so they probably knocked him down for that. And then some abs and thighs. Kind of hard to get this one right. They don't stay in there very long. I do apologize. But just off of a quick reference, I mean, it's not fair to Derek. He's not set, but Hottie definitely has this. Moving into, man, look at those obliques on Hottie. Man, I really think Hottie's going to win this one. Most musculars, they're going to rotate them around. Samson in the middle. Get into a front double. This is where you start to get a little bit more contrasting with the guys. Samson in the middle, huge, nice flow, good proportions, excellent conditioning. No torn bicep that I can see. Saw some other channels talking about that. Not sure how much validity is there, or it's just conjecture. Hottie still looking amazing here. Derek's left bicep is not as separated as the right. And I keep going back to it with my eyes. When I look at Hottie's, they're just so huge and full. And then Hottie's conditioning in the quads. It's Derek made improvements in the quads, but not enough, I think, to beat out Hottie. Oh, here we go. Some red backdrops. That's nice. You can see the lat sweep on Derek with that change in the color. Excellent choice from the visual, the AV team, audio and video team. But yeah, just not good a shot for Derek. He looks kind of soft in these shots. Conditioning in Hottie just phenomenal. Samson bringing a unique look. Samson could win this. Hottie could win this. Derek might not win this. Side chest. Same conversation as before. Derek looks exactly the same. Samson in the center, getting a little bit different lights. Really highlighting the difference of his physique compared to the other guys. Tall, wide, crazy X factor, very bubbly, very full. Dare I say streamlined at 300 pounds. Back double. Good shot for all these guys. My eyes go to Hottie's hamstrings and Derek's glutes. From the back, Hottie and Derek very close. Maybe Derek's taking this with those traps. Just a little bit more thickness here. A little bit more striations in the delts, whereas Hottie's are more big and full. Kind of like that whole controversy with the oils and the delts. That's kind of where you start to see it here. But I don't put too much effort. I don't put too much thought into that. Samson kind of shadowed in the back double. Can't see much. But that lat spread is pretty good right here. Very wide. Those traps going all the way up. All three of these guys have great backs. Derek's is huge, but not a lot of detail. Very big. Now Hottie's left leg looking not as good as Derek's. Gotta keep an eye out for that. Let's see. Side try. Again, I don't want to show the actual footage. It's too early after the show. Give some respect to the Olympia. Make sure you guys are buying those live streams. We'll do more footage in the morning. Don't you worry. Wait till we get some high definition stuff. I would say, in summary, ladies and gentlemen, I would say it's a very close battle. I think I have Hottie on top after prejudging, and Samson in a very close second or third. Derek looking great, though. I'm not saying he's off at all. But Hottie knows what he brought, and Hottie looks good. Would not be surprised. All right, well, we'll end it there, but I would not be surprised if Hottie wins this one. So thanks for watching. Shout out to Dragon Pharma for sponsoring the Monday Morning Muscle Podcast, my show with Tony O'Burton. So check that out on YouTube. Old School Bodybuilding Clothing Company, their Olympia special hat. Check it out. It's a good hat. Consider subscribing here on the Bodybuilding News Network. I'm your host, as always, and producer, Josh Sanch. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.